So, me and Dave decided that for my lovely Axel's birthday, we were gonna read off some poetry. Unfortunately, I couldn't find my entire copy of There's a Light On in the Attic, which actually would have been hilarious to do, but seeing as, and I don't know if the camera's picking up on any of this, so I'm gonna get closer. Seeing as I couldn't find that, we decided to read some fairy tales. And
well, he's reading them.
Well, I'm reading them. And wow, I feel gay. And that's much better. I'm gonna let Dave pick which fairy tale we read. Alright. We have traditional stories. Goldilocks and the Three Bears, Sleeping Beauty, Three Billy Goats Gruff, Jack and the Beanstalk, The Three Little Pigs, A Little Red Riding Hood. We have some of Aesop's fables, which include Cinderella, Hansel and Gretel, Rapunzel, The Frog Prince, The Bourbon Tavern Musicians, Snow White, Rumpelstiltskin. We have a crap ton of Mother Goose's nursery rhymes. We have children's classics, The Mad Tea Party, The Cat and the Fox Again, The Piper at the Gates of Dawn, Toyland and the capital of Toyland, Hook 'em Me This Time. Sounds like something Rufield would read. We have Robert Louis Stevenson's The Child's Garden of Verses. We have American Tales, Brer Rabbit, Johnny Appleseed, John Henry, and Paul Bunyan. We have The Night Before Christmas, but I don't think we're gonna read that one. We'll do that for a Christmas special, maybe. We have Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tales. No, we do not have that one. So don't ask. We do not have The Ice Queen.
Snow Queen.
Snow Queen. Whatever it was, we don't have it, and we're not gonna read it. So we have The Ugly Duckling, The Nightingale, The Steadfast Tin Soldier, The Emperor's New Clothes, The Princess and the Pea, The Little Match Girl, and Thumbelina. And that's all we have. So should I go through the sections again, and you choose a section and then choose a story?
Sure.
Alright, traditional stories, Aesop's fables, Grimm's fairy tales, Mother Goose's nursery rhymes, children's classics, Child's Garden of Verses, American Tales, The Night Before Christmas, which we are not doing, and Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tales, which we don't have the Snow Queen, so we're not gonna read it.
Okay. Read me the Grimm's fairy tales again.
Cinderella, Hansel and Gretel, Rapunzel, The Frog Prince, The Bourbon Tavern Musicians, and Snow White. We also have Rumpelstiltskin.
Give us Rumpelstiltskin.
Rumpelstiltskin?
Mm-hmm.
I hate you.
Why?
Alright. Thank you for picking something that doesn't have W's or V's in them. I appreciate it. What page is that on? 28. Alright. How long is this? Alright, not that long. The sun just decided to blind me as soon as I opened up to the page. Alright.
It's a sign.
Rumpelstiltskin. There was once a poor miller who had a very beautiful daughter. And one day, when the king was hunting nearby, he stopped at the miller's cottage. In order to seem more important, the miller told him that his daughter had the gift of spinning a straw into gold. The king, who had a great love of gold, said, "If your daughter can indeed do as you say, I should like to meet her. Bring her to the castle in the morning, and I will put her to the test." I can already see this going bad. When the young woman arrived at the castle, the king led her to a large room filled with straw. He gave her a spinning wheel and said, "Get to work. But I warn you, if you have spun all this straw into gold, by tomorrow morning you will pay with your life."
Surprised you're actually able to read that.
Surprised to read what? Are you saying I can't read?
Look at what you don't get on your face.
Yeah, I know, but the words are huge. Look
They,
at these.
they are?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Holy
Look at
shit.
these words.
Holy crap.
Take a look at those. Those are huge.
We only have 6 minutes. We only have 6 minutes of video.
Alright, so I gotta speed read.
Yeah.
Oh, this will be fun. Alright. With that, he locked the door and the woman was left alone. The miller's daughter didn't know of what to do, so she didn't have the slightest idea how to spin straw into gold. She thought, and the more she thought, the more frightened she became. Finally, she burst into tears. Suddenly, the door flew open and a strange little man walked in. Frickin' fairy tales. "Good evening, miller's daughter," he said. "Why are you weeping?" "Oh," said the miller's daughter, "the king has said I must spin all the straw into gold, and I don't know how, so tomorrow I must die." I shouldn't laugh at that, but it's hilarious. What will you give me if I spin it for you?" asked the little man. "I will give you a necklace from around my neck," replied the miller's daughter. So the little man took the necklace, sat down at the spinning wheel, and started spinning around and around whirred the wheel, and soon the bobbin was full of shining gold thread. Then the little man filled another bobbin and another until the straw had been spun into gold. When the sun rose, the king came and unlocked the door. When he saw the gold, he was overjoyed. I can't read any faster today, but I'm trying.
We're gonna probably have to put this in parts.
We're gonna have to put this in parts. Hold on. Nah, I lost my spot now. Alright. Yet the sight of so much gold made him greedier still. I love fairy tales. They are so awful. He led the miller's beautiful daughter to a room that was even larger than the first one, and piled to the ceiling with straw. Once again, he gave her a spinning wheel and told her to spin all the straw into gold, or she would lose her life. When the king had gone, the miller's daughter began to cry. Once again, the door flew open, and the little man appeared before her. "What will you give me this time if I spin the straw into gold for you?" he asked. "I will give you the ring from my finger," answered the miller's daughter. I really don't know if I can do this. 3 minutes, oh my goodness. So the little man set to work quickly and nimbly as before, and when the rising sun streaked the sky, all the straw had been spun into glittering gold. The king was beside himself, yet he hungered still for more, so he led the miller's daughter to a third room, larger far than the other two, and completely stuffed with straw. "You must spin all this straw into gold or lose your life," he said. "But if you succeed, I will make you my queen." Why would you marry this jerk? He was thinking to himself that although she was a poor miller's daughter, he would never find a woman who could bring him more wealth. That is so shallow. The look you give me. And then he locked the door and went away. Almost as soon as the king had gone, the door flew open a third time, and the little man came in. "What will you give me if I spin the straw for you one last time?" the man asked. The young woman began to cry. "I have nothing left to give you," she sobbed. "Never mind that. said the little man. Only promise me that if you become queen, you will give me your first child. This story is so screwed up. Because the miller's daughter could think of nothing else, she agreed, and when he had her promise, the little man sat down at the spinning wheel and kept it whirring all night long until every bit of straw had been spun into gold. The next morning, when the king saw all the gleaming gold, he married the miller's beautiful daughter, and so she became the queen. A year later, she gave birth to a child. The queen was very happy and never gave a thought to the little man or her promise. But one day, the door flew open once more, and there he was. I have come to claim what you promised me, he said. And 1 minute. I can't do this in 1 minute. We're gonna stop here, so he came to get the thing. He came to get the kid. And that's where we're gonna cliffhanger.